Yo, what's up, everybody? What is going on? Stavely Space Station. Um, I gotta. I'm actually eating a little bit. Um, and chilling for a second, and I was watching Brian and Karen B. And I want to talk about a few things, including the Mandela effect. And no offense to them, but I really think this Mandela effect stuff has to go away. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through a few lists of the top 100, top 10, top 25. I don't care. Mandela effects. Okay. And I'm going to explain why I feel like this is not real. And it's no disrespect to anybody. I got a lot of respect for Karen B. Got a lot of respect for Brian. Um, they're pretty awesome. So one of the only ones that has affected me is this Berenstein Bears. But when I was younger, I have the cassette of this. So this is way back when I was younger or whatever. It was the early 90s and stuff. And we called them the bursting bears. So we never pronounced it correctly to begin with. This is kind of why I don't like this Mandela effect stuff, because I I never really read it. I recognize these people by, well, not people, but characters or whatever, bears, by them. Um, Honestly, I don't even know their names. I never watched it enough to even remember their names up to this point. They're not as prominent as Donald Duck or Mickey Mouse and stuff like that in these 150, almost 150-year-old cartoons and stuff. So, not 150, but you know what I mean. So this is one of the only things like I said, never paid attention to it to be able to say. And on top of that, they could have changed it at any given time. So I have no idea. Um, so this Oscar Wilde picture of Dorian Gray. Study this book in high school. See an old black and white movie where the Mandela effect comes into play. Is that there are a lot of people who swear the title was always The Portrait of Dorian Gray. Some of these being avid Oscar Wilde fans who just cannot believe that the name has changed from portrait to picture. This looks like a portrait. I did not study this in high school, and I did not have to read it. Of Mice and Men, Flowers for Algernon, All Quiet on the Western Front, Fahrenheit 9/11. Those are examples. Beowulf. Those are examples of things that I had to read during my time in high school. Never had to read that. That looks like a portrait to me. So people are getting it mixed up with like the picture, the portrait. I mean, it looks like an old portrait. So I like I said, you know, some of this stuff is beyond ridiculous. If you ask me, it's just beyond ridiculous. I don't know what to say. Apparently, Febreze is spelled with one E. Listen, everybody pronounces Febreze, Febreze. So how about this one? I thought it was spelled with an A. How about that? So where's the Mandela effect for that? Because that's the way the general public describe this. You know, that's the way they pronounce it. I have no idea how they spelled this. I never, ever paid attention to the spelling. I knew Febreze was Febreze. Didn't pay any attention to how it was spelled. Didn't care. Just like most of you who probably never won a spelling bee in your life. Snow White. It's not mirror, mirror on the wall. I believe it's magic mirror. Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest of them all? Whatever. I may have seen this film one time. Honestly, when I was younger and I seen Snow White, it seemed like a rather dark and evil type of film. It wasn't like The Lion King or Beauty and the Beast or The Little Mermaid even, or any of those films that came out when I was younger. A lot of these films were darker in that time period. And if I'm not mistaken, you can look this up, but the real story of Seven White and the Seven Dwarfs is actually a really dark story. It's really a satanic evil type of story too. So I have no idea if she said mirror, mirror or magic mirror. Fact is, I only seen it once. I understand if this is a popular film, but it's really not that good of a film. You know, the whole story of it is not that good. Also, I don't know if that new film with that naked chick in there the whole time, like the remake of this that was recently came out. I don't know if they said mirror, mirror in that movie either. They might have just when it, and it's going to come up to you why the quote. This chevron, I have no idea what that is. I don't even care. Here we go with the Bible quote. This is really important. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with. And it says down bottom, the wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid. I've heard of this. But I want to come back. I'm just reading a couple things. I want to come back to that because that's really, really important. This is another one. Life is like a box of chocolates. Mom always said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And the real saying of that is, Mom always said that life was like a box of chocolates. So that's one word that was changed. One word. And if you guys remember this pedophile saying, when he talked in here, he sounded like, Mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. It's hard to even tell if he's saying was or is. Okay? I had no idea what he said. I've watched this film a lot. But I will be 100% honest. I have heard people say life is like, and they probably haven't even watched the film as many times as me. But you know what the fact of the matter is? It doesn't matter. Do you know why? It's real easy. Real easy. Because I listened to what they said, and I would say the same thing they said so that I didn't say it wrong. Come to find out, they don't really care about whether they're wrong or not, because humility is something that everybody is lacking. I'm not going to talk about this JFK assassination. I've seen some strange footage from that. I know about the seating in the car and all that crap. Didn't really pay attention to that when somebody got their head blown off, so I don't know what the deal is there. Doesn't really prove anything because you're not really looking at that. You're looking for the shooter. See how all these Mandela effects are centered around things that take your attention away from things? All of these things take your attention away. Queen. You guys might not like this, and I don't care if you do or you don't. I don't listen to that. Oh, I almost said something, but I'm not going to say it because we are on YouTube. I don't listen to this idiotic, satanic, retarded band. Queen can suck it. You understand? I don't even like Queen. The only line I know of whatever they're talking about is that we are the champions. That's it. That's all. That's all. I don't listen to mainstream nonsense. I don't worship these retarded idiots like a lot of people. Okay? So far, I'm not convinced. So let's hit this Mandela effect database. I don't know if this will help me. Here we go. Fruit Loops or Fruit Loops. I have no idea. Looney Tunes or Looney Tunes. I have no idea. Never paid attention. Most people didn't. Oh, there was something strange with this that I wanted to show you guys that you might actually take into appreciation. Check out this spelling. Do you see the spelling? F-R-O-O-T. Check this out, guys. Unless they've changed it. It's taking a long time to load. So I'm spelling it like how you would spell real fruit. They may have changed this. If they did change it, you're going to have to take my word for it. Yeah, I guess it's not working. I think they own that domain. So when I looked up Fruit Loop and I spelled it with the fruit, it took me over to Fruit Loop, like FROOT, meaning that in the early days of the internet, people were taking Coca-Cola.com, FruitLoops.com, all this stuff. So an easy way to get around that was to change your name, to change your domain name for the internet. This is interesting. Let me explain something to you guys. A lot of these pyramids and stuff and the Egypt that they say today is not the real scriptural Egypt. That's number one. So these pyramids were a thing that was not taught highly in school at all, if any. The reason why is because they're not even sure who built the pyramids or how they built the pyramids because of how large they actually are. Okay. There's a lot of strange things surrounding the pyramids, number one. And it's not something that we are even allowed to talk about in school at all. And that's from somebody who's recent, not recent, but from the past 15 years being in school. You're not really allowed to even talk about any of this. So it's absolutely ridiculous to claim that these pyramids are laid out completely different. Some are claiming the two largest ones have swapped places from the positions they recall. Is the largest man-made object, is this the largest man-made object to be affected by mass memory discrepancy effect? People also remember the central pyramid to be the largest. You know what? The reality is, when you look at these, you can hardly tell what's the first one, what's behind it, what angle you're looking at it on. This is something that you have to go and visit. And most people have not been here in America in general to even go to even visit some of these pyramids to actually see how impossible it is to build a structure like this. That's why I've been doing a lot of research into the Tartarian Empire and our previous history, because all of that's a lie as well. Sex in the city or sex and the city? You want to know my answer to that? I don't care. I don't even know who these women are. Most people do not. Okay. And if they do, they only know them by name. You put a whole bunch of what society would call hot looking, slutty women around. That's like asking someone what is the name of a pornographic scene, as if they're going to remember or know or even paying attention to it. Here's one. Here's one that I really, really want to see. I have not seen this one yet. I want to see. Everyone over a certain age knows knows and loves the Flintstones. But does everyone call Fred, Wilma, Barney, and the gang the Flintstones or the Flintstones with a missing T? Are you guys trying to tell me that you think that the Flintstones are called the Flintstones? Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Because I think this should open up a few eyes. What is flint? Flint is a hard gray rock or stone consisting of nearly pure chert, okay, occurring chiefly as nodules in chalk. Igniting, sparking, how you make fire. This is how you make fire. We are still using flint today in our lighters to make fire because that is one of the most primitive and most essential things to life. So you're going back into cavemen, which is a fake time period. We were more advanced back then, but you're going into this fake time period called cavemen time period. And you all are trying to tell me you don't know what a flint stone is? And you think that they're called the Flynn stones? What the hell is a Flynn stone? How about we look it up? Because I would like to know if that's actually a real stone. Flynn. Well, that failed. Failed real hard. I think what it is we got a society of retards who don't understand that there's a reason. Back then, they named things with a reason. You understand? They called the Flintstones because it was caveman time. You're not going to call some alien race, some advanced fake alien, fake space race, the Flintstones. You're going to call them the light walkers, okay? Oh my God. You guys have to be retarded. Here we go. Beam me up, Scotty. Most people are aware of something that's well known for not happening, yet many claim that it actually did. There is no record of Kirk ever actually saying, "Beam me up, Scotty," although many parodies and anecdotes exist which only serve to ingrain this meme further into pop culture. Even non-fans know that, they're talking about me. I've heard of Beam Me Up, Scotty. Guess how many episodes? Look. I'm going to pay the person who can say how many episodes, okay? How many episodes of Star Trek do you think that I've seen? Come on. 0. Freaking clowns, dude. You're moron clowns. I've heard people say, "Beam me up, Scotty." I have no idea, though. So this is what the guy looks like who said that? Amazing. I think I've said this before. Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up where? Hit your head on the firmament? Space is fake. Here we go. Kit Kat. Does it have the dash? All right, guys, check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Right? Does it have the dash? I don't know. I know I eat Kit Kat and it's very, very, very good. It's very bad for you too. Okay. But when I was younger, I ate a lot of Kit Kats, and I'm gonna tell you right now, they're really, really good. Did I care about how it was spelled? No. I know that the package opens very, very easily, and I like to tear them apart. There we go. Smokey the Bear or Smokey Bear. I don't know. His name is Smokey and he is a bear. So can you call him Smokey the Bear? Yeah, you can, because he is a bear. You can't call him Smokey the Man. Or is he Smokey Bear? I don't care. Apparently, maybe his name is Smokey. I've heard of him. I just don't pay attention to him. I don't care about Gandhi either. I'm sorry, guys. I don't. Why? Because I've learned the truth behind religion. I've learned the truth behind philosophy. I've learned the truth behind all of these theories that these people come up with, and all of this world peace, and all these people who people try and respect so much. Like I said, I'm not into Gandhi, and I don't care how to spell his name. Fidel Castro. I don't know. I don't care. I've heard of him. I don't know. Most people don't know. This stupid hello, Clarice. I think he says evening, Clarice, or something like that. I think, who's this? Is this Anthony Hopkins? That's Anthony Hopkins, right? I like to be 100% accurate. I mean, I really should know, and I do. Yeah, there we go. I just wanted to verify. I am, well, I was a fan of Anthony Hopkins. I'm not a fan of anyone anymore. You know, and Anthony Hopkins is, I like him. I like him. I liked him mainly for The Mask of Zorro and The Legend of Zorro with Antonio Banderas. Zorro, it was always on, like the old school Zorro back when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old and stuff. And Antonio Banderas kind of redefined Zorro. He came in right at that time period. Diego de la Vega, stuff like that. I'm a fan of Zorro, and I really, really like Zorro. I think he played Beowulf. I think he was Odin in one of those other false god movies, and all that other stuff. So I haven't seen Solus. I have not seen Hannibal. I've not seen Hannibal, and I don't ever want to see Hannibal. I have said hello, Clarice, and I've never seen the film. What does that mean? Does that mean that there's fake memories that I have? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It means I'm quoting something that I have no knowledge about. Shame on me for quoting something I have no knowledge about, because there's a lot of idiots who do that right now. Hashtag Globers. Here we go with this. Did Moses have horns? I'm not even going to go down that. I'm not going to go down that. Tiananmen Square, that tank boy who stood in front of the tanks. If I'm not mistaken, they shot down a whole bunch of people over there. I don't think that they broadcasted a video of this man dying. Do you all understand? They rarely will show you death scenes on the news, and they apologize like crazy. There's a lot of footage of some very grotesque and disgusting stuff showing the truth about human nature, banned in America. Not that people need to watch it. I hate that I had to watch a lot of that stuff to actually see the evilness of the world. I don't care when Muhammad Ali died. I'm sorry, guys. I don't, with all due respect, the Vietnam War has come out and they have said that that was a lie. They ruined this guy's career and they boosted him up to be someone who is going for civil rights and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know there was a Zimmerman who shot that black guy. Trayvon Martin, was it? With George Zimmerman? So Zimmerman is a name that's always around. I know a couple people named Zimmerman. I have no idea how to spell Zimmerman. And I don't care. I don't care. You all just have to understand that. I really, really don't care. I'm trying to find stuff that I know. Franklin D. Roosevelt. What are they saying about him? I remember. Oh, wow. Okay. Now, this president is president from when? 1930s, if I'm not mistaken. I will absolutely admit that I've heard Delano, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Now, let me explain something real quick. People that I've heard say his name say Franklin D. Roosevelt or FDR or President Roosevelt. You rarely ever get to hear his middle name. Now, what were people saying? Were they saying Franklin Eleanor Roosevelt? Like Mr. and Mrs. Obama? Or what exactly were they saying? Is this a misprint? As far as did they misprint his name? Did his name drop the R? I have no idea, but I can verify 100% that I have teachers that have changed their names, where their names have dropped. Their middle names, their last names. Like I have an Irish teacher, Kenneth, for instance. I don't know if that's how you spell it, Kenneth. And Mick Kenneth. And the Mick part can drop mid-family member. So can they alter and change their names? Yeah. I have no... See, this is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. I in no way, shape, or form am saying that there's something changing these names. I was not around during this time. If I was, I guarantee you that I would know what his name actually is. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. I would pronounce this Delano. I would pronounce Delanor, not Delanor. Eleanor, not Elanor. Delano, not Delano. Delano. So you're either mispronouncing his name. Okay, if you add an R, it's Delanor. If you don't add the R, it's Delano. Delano, not Delanor. Okay, not Delanor. That's like saying Frankie Lynn. It's not Frankie Lynn, it's Franklin. Not Franklin, not Franklin, not Franklin, Franklin. Delano. Do you all understand? So if people are mispronouncing, here's my question. I don't even know Obama's middle name. So answer me a quick question. Why exactly were people calling Franklin Roosevelt Franklin D. Roosevelt? Why isn't it Franklin Roosevelt? You're not calling Trump by his middle name. You're calling him Donald Trump. You're calling Bill Clinton. Okay? You're calling George Bush. You're not, and senior, junior, etc. You're not calling them by their middle names. So apparently there was a lot of mentioning FDR. You don't have to say FDR. Say Roosevelt. Say FR. Whatever the most recent president is the one that you're going to talk about. So it's really, really strange to me that all these people can't seem to understand how this works. Okay? So I'm going to call BS on this. And the reason I'm calling BS is because Delano, okay, Let's actually look it up because I would like to hear it. If it'll play. I have no idea.
Delano.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Delano. I don't know if they have one for Eleanor, but it's Eleanor. You all know it's Eleanor. It's Eleanor. Delano. Not Delanor. That's not how people said it. People said Franklin Delano, not Delano. You guys are not understanding that if you're mispronouncing his name, you're going to automatically add what you have to add in. You're not going to call him Franklin. It's Franklin. You're not going to call him Delano. It's Delano.
Delano.
I don't care. Delano, not Delano. You're separating syllables when you do that. You're pronouncing it wrong. So yeah, I'm calling BS on it, and I'm calling BS on it because people are pronouncing his name wrong. It's either Delanor or Delano. That's two different names. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. All right, I went to go see this in theaters, and it came out a long time ago, almost 21 years ago, buddy. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is exactly how I remember this to be. That's Jim Carrey. I hope it's Jim Carrey. If it's not Jim Carrey, you'll have to type in cast. There's Jim Carrey. Now, if it was Keanu Reeves, I'd be like, holy crap, yeah, Mandela effect's real. But no, you guys know that ain't going to happen. Duracell or the Energizer? Like to know. All right, let's read. This is an unusual Mandela effect in the sense that there is solid evidence for both, yet no one seems to remember the Duracell bunny, which actually came first. In fact, it should be remembered much more. For example, it was on the kit of the English football club Blackburn Rovers when they won the English Premiership title. It turns out things got very nasty from a legal point of view when Duracell let the trademark lapse and Energizer picked it up, launching their own very similar version. After running with it, so here's what I'm gonna do, because this is, and I kind of know what they're saying.
Don't be fooled by commercials where one battery company's never invited to their playoffs, because nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
Stop the money, please.
And going and go.
All right. So you see the quality of that. So that I seen that on television. Hopefully I'm not dating myself because I'm actually not that old. But in reality, I don't remember the Duracell bunny. No, I remember the Energizer bunny. But if the Duracell bunny came first, probably was before I was born, buds. But I do know that this was all over the place, buddy. It was all over the place. And just because I don't remember this thing doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It probably did. Duracell is also a very large brand. I buy either Duracell or Energizer batteries because I know those two are supposedly the best two brands. I don't get what the Mandela effect is supposed to be doing here, guys. It's not making any sense. I don't understand. How did Osama? You know what? I almost clicked on this. I almost clicked on footprints of Buddha, etc. I'm not even getting into it. I have no idea what the swastika, direction means. All I like to do is find dead corpses with this on their uniform. I don't care what direction or condition it's in. I'm not. Oh, right here. I'm an expert on The Matrix, buddy. My favorite film to date. I've watched it more than probably anybody. So they're saying, Morpheus says to Neo, "What if I told you?" Morpheus does not say to Neo, "What if I told you?" Okay. Some MMDE effects, whatever, are more like memes than actual Mandela effects. Like Beam Me Up, Scotty is one at the end, what we talked about earlier, where everyone knows it wasn't actually said by Kirk in Star Trek. At the other end, there are the Forrest Gump, life was like or is like a box of chocolates, quotes, where it's quite a shock to discover they had misremembered it. Not really for me. I just did it live on here for you. I don't care because it doesn't really, it's not about how I remember it. I have no idea what he said, and I'm being honest with you. I don't know if he said is or was because of the stupid accent he had in film, okay? He was like almost playing like a retarded type of person in the film who could run really fast. So, I mean, I don't know. You were paying more attention to his voice and the way he was acting than you were what he was saying. All right, the Matrix line, "What if I told you?" Many people remember this being said by Morpheus when he first met Neo, in particular during the blue pill, red pill scene. I know the scene. It certainly is an internet meme now, with a familiar Morpheus head in the image above. "What if I told you?" And something suitably witty or topical. And I've seen these. I've seen these for memes. I've seen these. So let's see. The Matrix famously centers around the world people think they live in not being real. Movie follows Neo, you all know, Keanu Reeves, guided by Morpheus. Pivotal point in the movie, acts to decide between does he want the actual truth or remain blissfully unaware, kind of like what we're doing right now, okay? The trouble is, it's neither there nor in the movie anywhere else. Let's watch this for a second.
Mandela, you got some splaining to do. You go messing around with oh my gosh. What if I told you that I never said what if I told you? Oh my God. I can see him right now. I can see the scene and I can't remember exactly what he says, but I can hear him in my mind saying, what if I told you that none of this is real? Or something along those lines. But he never says, what if I told you?
I'm going to try and remember what he actually said here. And as you see, it's nowhere on the screen or anything. Never actually says, okay. I think he, if I'm not mistaken, because this is very, very, I've watched this movie a lot. And a lot of times I watched it and I didn't understand how it really, really is the world that we live in right now. So I believe he told Neo that he's living in somewhat of a dream world, and he was being direct, where he was saying, you can take this pill and I'll show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Or you could take this pill, and I think he said something along the lines of, and go back to sleep and wake up and like nothing happened or something like that, and continue to live his life. He gave him a choice. He didn't ask him a question or say, what if I told you? It wasn't anything like that. It was I'm going to give you something here, an ultimatum. So let's listen to what he said without me looking it up.
Now, the deal for me on the Mandela effect, with continents shifting all around and countries moving around, I mean, totally off to me. I've done videos on it. Just say, oh, our memories are so. Our memory, you're gonna go along. So most movie quotes as, oh no, we just, and people reality.
I don't know if this guy's gonna say it.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
I'm trying to pull up the scene.
Well, in general, actually, I've always found as simple as.
I'm not paid by any of these advertisers, so don't buy the crap. Screw them. Especially them.
To know what it. Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere.
See, he's being
It is
direct.
all around us.
He's being direct.
Even now, in this very room, you can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work,
Really direct.
when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave, Neo.
See, he's
Like
direct.
everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch.
He's telling him.
A prison for your mind.
He's telling him. He's not saying, what if I told you? He's not expecting a reaction. He's telling him directly.
Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is.
See?
You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland.
And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Boom! Said it with him. All right. So I just did that just for flexing purposes. I've watched this film a lot, and Morpheus has always been a direct, hey, you need to learn this. Your mind makes it real, Nothing was changed. It's, what if I told you that you're living in a dream world? No, that's not what he said. He said, you're living in a dream world, Neo. He never said, what if I told you? He doesn't want to know. Like, oh, yeah, all right, well, I'd probably call bullshit on you. He's not asking him a question. He's telling him a direct statement. This is no time for questioning in the Matrix. It was very serious from the start, okay? When he got that little bug inside of him and everything else, it was very, very serious from the start. It had nothing to do with the question. And all of you are sitting around thinking it had something to do with the question, you're 100% incorrect. All right. I have no idea what's going on with my internet. It's slowing down. So I'm done. I think I've covered this enough. So basically, my whole point of what I'm trying to say about this Mandela effect stuff is that the Mandela effect, to me, it isn't real. It's just misremembering. I don't understand how people are going to go around thinking that they can say, like, what are people saying real quick? from CERN and like this guy from CERN and blah, blah, blah with that Mandela. They know what you guys are talking about. They're not responsible for any Mandela effect. And if they are, it has everything to do with them poisoning your brain or implanting false memories in your own mind. Okay? And from the data that I've looked up, they have to surgically do things in that manner. It's not something that can just be sent directly into you. And a lot of people are sitting around believing in a lot of these things. And I have no idea why. Like, I think less people were watching the news during Bill Clinton's time. He met Bill Clinton. He was all over the news with Bill Clinton nonstop, you retards. I mean, come on, guys. You just weren't watching the news back then. What ended up happening is this guy started sleeping around and he started lying, saying, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I had sexual relations with that woman, you know, right back to back. There's clips online. It's absolutely gold. So while he had sexual relations with those women, y'all weren't paying attention to the black guy standing here next to him. And on top of that, he's also visited the Queen. And why we have queens and kings in this day and age is just beyond me. It's beyond me. And he was also the president. I mean, he has like the most legendary fake story in the world. But I'm not going to call him fake because I don't want to sit here and say things. But I know that I don't get to meet people like this. I don't get to meet her. She doesn't want to meet me because she knows what I'll say. She don't want to hear that. It's real easy, you guys. It's real easy. Parallel dimensions. Let me explain something real quick. You all don't even realize what you're even living on. 98% of the world thinks they're on a spinning space ball flying through space that somehow has a magical gravity that holds everything down, but is light enough for butterflies to fly. And it's light enough to let balloons go up somehow because they don't understand density and buoyancy. And they fight you tooth and nail instead of just shutting up. You know, if they don't believe it, they should shut up and move on with their lives. But they won't. Even when you put proof, there's a lot of talk about these quantum computers and things like that. I've looked into quantum computers and I've noticed that you got to understand quantum mechanics and quantum physics. And I believe that the quantum computers are able to handle things in a very large scale. Like for instance, Google has a quantum computer, and that supercomputer is able to keep track and keep up, you know, the Google database and can constantly monitor everything online at the same time. However, that computer is not going to physically change your memories. Okay, it's just not. And I don't know why you guys won't leave this alone. People really should leave this stupid Mandela effect alone because it's really outrageous. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this. As far as CERN smashing things together, and it's like I said, we don't understand 100% how light travels, and the delayed choice quantum eraser proves that we don't understand how light actually travels. And it proves that you have to know something. So if we don't understand something or we don't know something, then it won't be what we think it is. But if we know something, like if you knew for a fact in your mind and you could prove it, that Morpheus said, "What if I told you?" When we went back and we looked at that film, judging by the laws of quantum physics and quantum mechanics, it would be in the film. But because it's not in the film, that proves that it never was in the film. If you all understand what I'm saying, when you know which path, I'm going to go over this very quickly. When you know which path this thing takes, you get 2 slits. That's it. When you don't know which path it takes, you get 10 slits. You get a diffraction pattern because you have no idea which way, which path took what. Do you understand? The delayed choice quantum eraser has one side that the light can go through after it's split, one side that it goes through. If it goes through this side, you get a solid 2 lines because you know which path it took. If it goes through this side, it could go through here and it could go through here. And you will get a diffraction pattern right here every time because you have no idea if it went here and you have no idea if it went here. But every time that this got hit and it went here, you got 2 lines because you knew which path it took. You knew. But when it went here, it could have went here or it could have went here. But you have no idea. Therefore, it showed you that you have no idea. This is the single most important experiment of our lives right here. And you all don't even understand half of it. It means like quantum eraser from Nathan Oakley, from the Nathan Oakley squad, ball busters and them. He said if him and one other person went out and they discovered an island, and they went back to go visit the island, but they got into an accident and killed both of them, that island does not have to be there anymore because there's no knowledge of that island being there. No one knows that the island is there. No one knows. So because no one knows that it's there, it doesn't have to be there. However, the only flaw that I find with that is that there is a creator and he has the knowledge of what is here and what he created. Do you all understand? Therefore, it is practically impossible for the moon to disappear, okay? Because there is a knower who created the universe. So unless he says it is not so, then it doesn't disappear. That's the reason why people and babies who don't know about the moon, you know, it's that one thing, like from that quote, him saying he doesn't like the idea of the moon not being there. I think it was Einstein complaining about quantum physics because it debunked them. So you all just have to understand this. You got to wake up and get out of the quantum eraser double slit delayed choice experiment proves that the Mandela effect is fake. Because if you know that the Berenstein Bears was spelled without an E or with an E or whatever, if you knew that, because you have knowledge of it, it has to remain the same of what you expect it to be. If you don't know how it's spelled, then it could be spelled differently. Then you get your diffraction pattern. Interference pattern, because you don't know which slit the light goes through. You have no idea. However, when you do know, it changes. Hopefully you guys understand that. It's just outrageous to me that you guys, like not you in general, but a lot of people just don't understand a lot of things. And you got to understand some of these things. It's really important. Anyway, I'm done. I didn't get to talk about everything I want to talk about, but oh well. I'll come on live later when I get some ideas together. We're dealing with a lot of crap right now, so I have no idea. Trying to figure out how this mask thing is going to go, and we're trying to fight back against this stuff. I'm trying to fight back against disinformation. Mandela effect's not important, and it doesn't need to be researched. Everybody's looking up a whole bunch of Mandela effect things, and they're saying that that's research. That's not research. Research is this. showing that it's impossible for our reality to change once we know what it is. It's impossible for it to change. Just because somebody comes in who's never seen the Matrix or sees a picture of him, like a meme creator, and just say, what if I told you that you, okay, what if you told me? That's not what was said in the Matrix. What was said in the Matrix was very direct. Okay. He gave him an ultimatum. All right. Just in case you guys you can't remember. Okay. Neo thought that they were enemies at first. Understand? He thought that they were all enemies of him. Okay. Because they were demanding and giving him ultimatums because the Oracle told them to search him. And he did not want to be found. He was running from Smiths and he was running from the Nebuchadnezzar. So I believe he was. I haven't watched it in a while. And even if he wasn't, that still doesn't prove a Mandela effect. Why? Because I have no idea. I'm just pretty sure that's the way it went. He was very skeptical at first of joining. 100% sure. All right. I got some more debunk videos coming up, guys. So definitely stay tuned. I normally don't do this live. I don't like talking this live, but shout out to the Outcast American. Thanks for the comment. It says the goal of the wicked one is to deceive, confuse, and lead the elect astray, to get you to question the very reality you exist in, or to break you down into complete submittance to him. So I don't know if the comment's going or not. Appreciate the comment, man. Thank you. And I agree. That's exactly the goal of the wicked. The wicked is only to deceive. Everything that deals with deceiving is absolutely wicked. The shape of the earth, our history, transgenders. If you are deceiving people, that is wicked and evil. You have a right to be anything you want as long as you are who you are and you're not physically deceiving someone, making them think that you're something you're not. That is inherently evil. Thank you, Outcast American. Appreciate it, man. All right, guys. I'm out.